Hey guys, TRScientist here, and today I am back for day number 19 of r/ProRevenge. Going through this month so fast that it's just gonna be the next month's videos before the month that I'm currently recording for even begins. Oh, it's just so dumb to think about how fast I'm doing this stuff. And the amount of stories I've read as well. Like, there's one episode that I still have to put up that is a half-hour story. But go watch that video when it's up. Today I have two stories to read off today. One about an escort stealing dogs, and another about French students harassing a teacher, I guess, or another student. Let's start off with dogs, because you don't fuck with dogs. An escort stole my dogs, and the cops wouldn't help, so I hunted her down myself. So it all started on Sunday, May 26th. I was flying back home from Texas, where I was at my girlfriend's sister's wedding. We had a layover in Vegas before our 1-hour flight back to Sacramento. I landed in Vegas and I get reception. That's when my roommates call me and tell me how the door to our backyard gate was busted open and my beautiful husky wolf mix was missing. That dog is everything to me. She is 3 years old now, and I've had her since she was 2 months old. She's been with me through all my breakups, my layoffs, and my evictions. She was my only friend when all my other friends believed the rumors my ex said about me. That sounds like another story for some other time, just right there. Anyway, she is gone and I get home to start doing the usual, putting up flyers, offering a reward, and notifying every shelter, vet, and her chip company of her disappearance. I put notices on every lost and found page, and suddenly it starts to go viral on Facebook. A lot of people really wanted to help me find my dog, and I had eyes everywhere. I wake up one day to a Craigslist ad with a picture of an unknown girl hugging my dog, with the ad titled "Found Husky" sent to me by a friend of mine. So I contacted the ad maker. The lady was nice and explained how she didn't find my dog, but a friend of hers on Instagram found her. She watched her post pictures on Instagram and brag about how the universe brought me this beautiful bitch. Ain't that ironic? Because she's a bitch for stealing a dog. She sent me screenshots of her Instagram and all the pictures she posted of my dog. She then tells me I don't know her personally, but she is a fellow escort. It turns out the girl who has my dog is an escort. So she messaged the girl to tell her that she found the owner of the dog, and she fully deletes all posts about my dog and blocks the ad maker. So I think, alright, this is already viral. Game on, bitch. I get all the people who have been searching, including my detective Art. We make a hunt. I file a police report, and they are down to bust the chick, but I have to find where she is, and holding my dog for them to do anything, which is pretty useless. I get people to start contacting one another. We found her legal name, all the addresses she is tied with, including her boyfriend's mum, stepdad, including her mum, a boyfriend, mum, stepdad, possibly dad, and stepmom's info. We even found 2 warrants for her arrest. She was charged with petty theft and hit and run involving property damage, lying to a police officer, and possession of contraband. After I found that info, including her being an escort, which is illegal where I'm from, we had her. I dug up all her info, including emails and phone numbers with her escort phone number. So I called this woman to confront her. She starts yelling at me about how I'm harassing and threatening her. This is the first time I've ever talked to the woman. And how she was going to press charges on me. She then said she brought my dog to a shelter. She also told me which shelter 2 days prior. I confirmed that wasn't true. Meanwhile, I'm gathering all the proof I have that this dog is mine, which is 3 years of time-stamped photos with me and the dog, and the chip information that my dog is registered with, and her being in my name with the chip company. She is told this and still refuses to give her back by saying, I'm afraid to give the dog back because the owner is threatening me, which I never did and have proof of that. So now she is on blast on Facebook, Instagram, and Reddit as well. I'll provide with more edits later. Or update. We got an update to this story as well. So I'm not sure what more I can really do. The court fees to even try and get this bitch is gonna break my bank, and I already spent over $1,000 trying to find my dog. Then even trying to find and serve her with the court may not work because the cops will only try 3 times before they say, well, you're on your own. And then I would have to hire a private investigator. I'm not sure what to do besides blast her so goddamn hard this ends up on every news station and radio station in the Sacramento region. And another update. Oh boy! So check this shit out. The girl that stole my dog was with another girl when they found my dog. And boy, does the plot thicken. They are both escorts, so the girl that stole my dog, let's call her Blonde Thief, and the girl she was with, we'll call her Redheaded Thief. And Blonde Thief left for San Francisco to work. She came back home early to find Redhead Thief was sleeping with Blonde-Haired Thief's boyfriend. And it gets better, mate. Redhead Thief beat Blonde-Haired Thief's ass, which involved the cops in a public police report. Boyfriend was taken to jail for domestic violence, and so did Redhead Thief. Now that it is public record, I looked up the incident. Sadly, there was no house address when I looked it up. I'll keep you updated. Final update. The Redhead Thief contacted me and told me the Blonde-Haired Thief took my dog to her dad's house. So I went detective and looked up who her dad was. I got his legal name on Facebook and phone number. I get a car with a beefy friend of mine and drive 1 hour to Valley Springs to where her dad lives. We pull up to the property and there is my dog running up to the fence to greet me. I open the gate and she tackles me. I put her in the car and call the cops. They arrive and do their damnedest to get him to answer the door, but the police chalk it up to him not being home. I take my statement and I explain everything down to each fine detail, including the escort in question having a record. They said they would be catching him and I'll be pressing charges for animal endangerment and grand theft. She will also be adding a 3rd warrant to her record. So glad it's over. And my dog is so happy to see me again every day. The next day I get a message from my friend. Turns out the thief sent her a message on Instagram about contacting the police over me harassing her. My friend then commented, "You do realize the owner came to your dad's house and took her dog back while the police watched it happen? She told the police she is pressing charges on you and they are coming for you. Enjoy jail." And the thief flipped. She started threatening my friend and saying she's going to fight her before calling her a faggot. Like, in all seriousness, hasn't she had her ass beat up enough this week? TLDR, don't fuck with my dog. Here's your puppet tax. That with you get stolen by some whore, but you're it's basically your work. Yes. Oh god. Oh. Oi, big old husky wolf. Yeah. Oh. This is just turning into a dog episode. This is the best dog ever. It's photogenic as well. I say that, and then this picture comes. The dog looks so high. Oh my gosh, there's 18 more images. I've got to get back to the story though. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Oh, that dog was so cute. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to have time, but I'm going to get started on the second story. French students harass and bully me for asking them to speak English in an English taught class. So I get them expelled. Hi all, throwaway for obvious reasons. This happened a few years back in China at one of the universities there. Here I was studying Chinese language and I shared my language class with some people from France and Belgium, the French speaking part. So wait, this story takes place in China. You're teaching English and you're dealing with French students. Yep, that makes total sense. So often, whenever the French speakers have a question, they would ask it in French. Now, I didn't really mind it all that much, but at some point, it got to the point where about half of the questions in the class were asked in a language I did not understand. Obviously, that is detrimental to my own learning experience, since understanding the questions is important for me to learn the language. So I politely asked them if we could just do the class in English, because half of us didn't understand what was being said. At this point in the story, I literally just pull out my phone, Google Translate, right up just walk up to them, like, can you repeat the question? And use Google Translate, and they would no matter what language they would use, I'd get it in English, and I'd be like, oh, perfect. And then I'll answer it, I'll switch it to English to French, and just berate them in their own language. Laoshi, the teacher, was very nice about it, and afterwards asked the students if they could rephrase their question in English when they asked it in French. But apparently the French and Belgian girls and guys didn't take it so well. They were constantly glaring at me and whispering among themselves in French. Well, I just shrugged and moved on. However, outside of class, they were always sticking together in their own little group, doing things together. At first, they would just walk past me when I was sitting down having a beer with my friends, and they would simply glare. But at some point, it came down to them cursing, talking shit about me to other students, and spitting on my lap when I was sitting in the park. Obviously, I was seething, so I might have called them a few words which were a bit too unsavory. Anyhow, they didn't take it well. So the next day, I found out that they scribbled all sort of things on my dorm room. It said, I can't read Japanese. Oh no, I can't read Chinese. I just unintentionally did something racist there as well, so fuck. Basically, fuck your mother. And Nazi. I don't know why they put this one. I think they thought I was German, which I'm not. Obviously, I was pissed, but I didn't really know what to do, so I reported it to the International Student Office. ISO was really nice and understanding, but they told me they can't do much unless I provide proof that something is happening. Thus, I went on Taobao and bought bought a little recording camera, looked a bit like a dash cam. It had the time and date and everything. After the university had painted my dorm room door over, they couldn't get the markers off apparently. I hung the camera up in a corner of our dorm room corridor and pointed it at my door. Then I left and made sure to loop around a little bit to walk past the group of French/Belgians so they knew I was leaving campus towards the metro station. I had some nice dumpling soup and a beer, and when I came back, look and behold. Once again, they were hardly creative with their insults, just more of the same, but this time I had proof. I checked the video and I was very pleased. 5 out of the 7 of the group were actually there and wrote down something on the door with permanent marker. One of the guys even kicked the door, which caused a crack at the bottom. These doors were not very sturdy. They seemed to have a lot of fun doing it. Now, of course, the school was properly pissed when I showed them the video. Normally the students would just get a stern warning, but because ISO was aware that they were doing it before, and also about the fact that they were harassing me all the time, I reported everything to them when it happened. They were less than understanding this time and suggested the board that had to decide on this. No idea what their name was. I couldn't recognize their name in Hanzi. To expel the students. I'm guessing Hanzi is the Chinese language that they're learning. That was being taught and all that. And so they were. All of this took place over the course of a couple of months. So we were nearing the end of the semester. The 5 students who scribbled at my door got expelled just before their exams, which meant that all the time they spent at the university was effectively worthless since they did not receive any credits for it. But it gets even better. After this whole ordeal, I sent a neat, anonymous letter in Chinese. One of my Chinese friends helped me write it to the Public Security Bureau that the students had engaged in vandalism at our university. A few weeks later, after I had already returned home, I was told by a friend of mine who was on good terms with their group that some of them had booked tickets and hostels to travel in China at the end of the semester. However, their visa extension was denied by the Public Security Bureau on the basis of their misdemeanor at the university. I'm not sure if the second part was caused because of my letter or simply because the university informed the police, but I like to pretend that it was the former. So I was just laughing my ass off as they slaved away half a year in courses for which they could not receive no credit and had to cancel thousands worth of travel plans. That truly was a sweet, sweet feeling. TLDR, French-speaking students get pissy when I politely request them to ask questions in English so that the rest of the class can follow it. They decide to harass me by talking shit about me, spitting on me, and vandalizing and defacing my dorm room. I tape the whole thing, and when they do, and they get expelled and ruin their vacation because they are forced to leave the country. Edit. I see a lot of negativity towards the French speakers. I have to say that the other French and Belgians I met in China were very pleasant people. It was just this group which was awful. I love how you got the good person and then the group of bullies that's just like, hey, we're gonna fuck with you because we can. It's just perfect how it's like I can do whatever the fuck I want because I speak a different language, basically. Now, I don't want to say that it's actually beneficial to speak other languages or anything like that. That's just what I'm going off what I read. But today I'm going to end this episode here. Links will be in the description to my main channel and also the second channel, of which you're on, with links to the playlist and the last episode. Go check them out. Oh, this episode was a lot of fun. The dog was so cute. Don't Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when next video comes out. A ding, a ding. I'm Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out.